In other news, DA Leader John Steenhuisen, together with the newly elected party's KZN Provincial Leader Francois Rodgers, are currently visiting the Zuzo-ku-hle informal settlement in Howick. The two, with other KwaZulu Natal Provincial DA members, are engaging with this community ahead of next week's by-elections. Our reporter Mlondi Radebe sent this report.
We are in Howick in the Natal Midlands, where the DA is doing door-to-door and also engaging with the members of the public in this area. Next to me is the DA leader, Steenhuisen, who will briefly tell us about today's visit in Midlands. Thank you very much for your time. Just briefly about the visit today, the door-to-door, why the DA is in Howick.
Well, we're here because the Moyamgeni municipality has been identified as a strategic municipality. We're only 9% away from winning this municipality with our own majority. So we're on a big push here for votes. We believe this could be a beachhead for us in KwaZulu Natal, and that is why we're pushing really, really hard in this municipality. We believe the ANC are vulnerable here, and I think there's a very good chance that we can either win this municipality outright or certainly bring the ANC below 50% here. So we're mobilizing on the ground, talking to communities, sharing our vision for hope and change, and showing people that life doesn't have to be the way it is, that it can get better, but it's linked to the way you vote.
The other issue in relation to the DA in the province, we've seen that the DA numbers when it comes to councillors is fluctuating each and every local government election. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I think that there's a lot of transient voter groups in KwaZulu Natal that don't necessarily stick with one political party, and that's why it's very important for parties to be on their toes in KZN. You've got to be able to put a compelling offer before voters. We believe that this election is a time for change election in KwaZulu Natal. We think a lot of people are very tired of the infighting with the ANC in the province. They're tired of the RET and Ramaphosa faction, so busy fighting each other that there's no service delivery taking place in the municipalities on the ground. And I think the latest Auditor General's findings show very clearly that there are significant problems here in KwaZulu Natal. We believe that we can bring the change to these municipalities.
Okay. We did see the DA basically provincial conference recently, where the members are basically elected new leadership for the province. What does that reflect in the DA?
Well, I think it reflects the fact that we are a democratic party where anybody is free to contest elections and to put their offer before the voters, and people are chosen not based on the colour of their skin, not based on what area they live in, but based on what difference they can make and what contribution they can make. And I think that the leadership that's been elected here is going to lead the party forward. I think it is the most diverse leadership out of any party in KwaZulu Natal. If you look at any of the other parties, they're virtually monochromatic. The DA has got something for everybody represented in our top 6 here in KwaZulu Natal.
The other issue about the qualifications of the members of the DA, especially Natasha Mazoni as well as Madigizel in the Western Cape. Can you elaborate on that? How is the position of the DA first, and then telling us the DA will be doing the audit in relation to the qualifications of its members?
Well, first of all, let me just say very clearly that we regard any form of claiming of qualifications that you don't have in a very, very serious light. There are two different cases here. I'll deal firstly with Mr. Madikizela. It's very clear that there has been a BCom that's been claimed. That is not in fact a BCom. Mr. Madikizela has been suspended by the Premier of the province while the province does an investigation, but has also been referred to the Federal Legal Commission of the Democratic Alliance to look at the facts. And I can assure anybody watching this program that if in fact there was a deception and it was fraudulently put forward, that action will be taken. We regard it in a very serious light. The issue around Mrs. Mazzoni is completely different. It's driven by fake news and by the good party, who unfortunately didn't get their facts right. They're relying on Wikipedia. Wikipedia is notoriously unreliable. Wikipedia as well doesn't allow you to update your own page anyway. So it is very clear that Ms. Mazzoni has been the victim of a malicious smear campaign by the good party. I think it's unfortunate as well that Good chose to do so on the same day that her father passed away, thinking that she wouldn't be able to respond. Thankfully for her, she responded vigorously and set out the facts very, very clearly. She's never claimed a degree that she didn't have, and I challenge anybody to prove that she has done so.
So will the party be investigating these kind of allegations, or will the party be making sure that its leaders have the qualifications?
Well, let's be very clear. You don't need qualifications for any of the positions in politics. The Constitution is very clear about what the requirements are to be a public office bearer. There's a big difference, however, if you claim a qualification that you don't have. And that is the cause of concern here, and that is why we regard it in a very, very serious light. If somebody claims a qualification that they don't have, it is a very, very serious matter indeed, and we will take action.
Going back to today's meeting, we did see you visiting the area, the informal settlement. What is your take in relation to the challenges residents are faced with?
Well, it appalls me that it's 20 years since that community has been set up there. They still don't have legal electricity. They still don't have running water piped to their homes. I don't understand where you have a community that's there for 20 years and yet they're still sitting without even the most basic of services. The community is not going anywhere. It's going to be there. It's a perfect in situ upgrade situation for the municipality, and I don't understand why the municipality hasn't applied to take that land from Transnet, to transfer it to them, to parcel it up, and to give people title deeds for the land there. They've already built homes. Let's give them the dignity of having a title deed, and let's give them the dignity of being able to have running water and electricity so that they can advance themselves. The municipality keeps saying, well, there's housing waiting lists, etc. Some of those people have been waiting for the past 20 years. It's very clear that they are nowhere near the prioritisation. So rather let's use the site and service model that has worked so well in Cape Town, where you provide the plot, you provide the services, and allow people to build their own homes.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Great. Thank you very much. Great to be with you today.
Okay, thank you. That was the leader of the DA, Baba Steenhuisen, briefing us in relation to the party's position in relation to the upcoming elections. Back to you in studio.
Mlondi Radebe there. Thank you very much indeed for that report.